You have to gather a lot more evidence because you can't rely on the client system of internal controls. So audit procedures, basically we talked about the audit procedures. The audit procedures are the approach, the steps that the auditor takes to gather evidence. Okay? And we saw with the assertions how those audit procedures are developed based on testing management assertions. So things that the key audit procedures that the auditor performs would be the risk assessment process. So that's in the planning stage of the audit. We'll talk about that more, risk assessment, when we talk about the audit risk model. And we talked a little bit about that when we were talking about engagement planning, where the auditor is getting information about the client's business, what's going on in the industry, doing ratio analysis or analytical procedures to be able to identify where there are potential problems. Looking at the, what about management integrity, tone at the top, right? So that's the auditor gathering in the planning phase, making an assessment about the riskiness of the client. The other things that the auditor do is they test controls. They look at the effectiveness of internal controls, and they test that to determine whether or not they can rely on internal controls, and also that the controls are operating as they would expect. And then the other set of audit procedures deal with substantive procedures, where the auditor is gathering